Hello, crypto fans. This is Crypto Trader with another episode of Trading Cryptocurrencies. It is about 6:59, so we're about a 6:59 p.m. So we're about a minute away from the Bitcoin market switching over to the next day. Um, so what we're currently looking at is the 2-month chart, and on this one-day candle, which is right here today, um, we have a green hammer, which has a very small body and a long wick. And usually the hammer is a bullish reversal pattern that forms after a decline. In addition to a potential trend reversal, hammers can also mark a bottom or support level. So after a decline, hammers signal a bullish reversal. The long lower wick implies that sellers drove prices lower during the session. However, the strong finish indicates that buyers regain momentum to end the session very strong in the green. So the hammer long green candle indicates that the bulls or buyers controlled the trading for most of the day after the bears or sellers brought it down to, I think it was about $8, $802.07 earlier this morning. And considering this green candle closed closer to its high, it's a positive sign indicating there might be a turnaround in the price. The selling pressure has started to diminish as the buyers took control, and that supply and demand are more evenly matched, and a change in the trend may be near. Which, looking at the depth chart, I mean, it's about the same. It's really there aren't too many sellers versus too many buyers. So the trend line, the depth line, has basically evened out. So basically, what we'll have to do is, we'll have to keep an eye out on China and the warning they issued to the major Bitcoin exchange, and whether they're going to try and regulate this exchange as well as the price of the yuan. So China does play a huge factor in controlling the Bitcoin price, and what they do, whether it's positive or negative, will have an impact on Bitcoin for it to go up or go down. So as you can see with the candle, it has closed. It has moved over to basically a new day's worth of a candle. So currently, it closed at 909, which isn't bad at all considering its high. Let's see, what was its high today? 910 was its high today. So it hit that low of $802.07 early this morning because there just happened to be a lot of sellers and not enough buyers to kind of support that level. But throughout the whole day, it bounced back. So those sellers have definitely maintained the control. I'm sorry, the buyers have definitely maintained the control to bring that price right back up. So today's candle will be a great indicator whether this reversal will continue or we're going to see more of a downtrend. So that's going to be a good indicator to see, if I'm going to get in this trade or if I'm just going to wait on the sideline and kind of see what happens. But currently, it's green, not much of a movement. As we can see from the trade history, we got the time, we got the price, and then we got the trade size. The depth chart doesn't look too bad at all, even though there's a little more sellers at the 909 price versus buyers here. So we'll see if it dips down a little bit. Order book doesn't look too bad. Earlier today, I did see somebody trying to unload $100,000 worth of Bitcoin. They were selling over 100 Bitcoins. I think it was like 110 or 111 Bitcoins that they were trying to get rid of. And that did cause a little bit of a dip. Not much of a dip because the buyers were there to support it. Now, if the buyers were not there, we would have seen a much larger dip with that 110 Bitcoins being up for sale. Buyers, let's see if we have any big buyers lining up. A buyer, wants to buy 30 Bitcoins at $906.49. That's really not too big. It's not going to cause the price to go up. But we have a seller at, closest seller at 908.99, selling about 20.74 coins. So really the chart doesn't look too bad. I mean, it looked bad from, the prior 2 days with that big sell-off that we had. And considering it hit a low of $802.07, it basically gave back 15 days worth of its gains because these candles represent a 15-day price movement. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 because this candle right here The low was about 798.88. So it gave back, close to 15 days worth of gains within a matter of 3 days. So we'll see what happens going forward with the fourth candle to see if that trend is going to continue going down further, or if buyers have stepped in completely and brought the momentum back up. So that will be a great indicator. But for it to really give up 15 days worth of gains in a matter of 2-3 days, it's that's very volatile. So if you're trading this, you definitely want to be careful. I've stated it before. I think it was in my either third or fourth video. There's nothing wrong with taking profits off the table. It's better to actually wish you were in the trade than to wish you were out of that trade. That's a rule of thumb that all traders live by: is you have profits, take them, wait for a dip, and then buy back in. Because the last thing you want to do is that you don't want to wish that you were out if you were in that trade and it dropped significantly. Having a $300 drop the other day. So always take profits. Nothing wrong with that. Don't let people tell you to hold. People are telling you to hold as it's dropping. What do you think they're doing? More than likely they're probably unloading theirs and locking in profits because they bought in lower than you have. So if you have those profits, lock them in. You're going to go to bed feeling a lot better. I guarantee you. We've all made mistakes and didn't take those profits thinking it's going to go up higher. And, it completely reverses and goes against you. And that's the last thing you need. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 6-hour chart. And of course, that was the top there that we had at 1,175. The big drop on the second day candle. The drop today to 802.07. But right after that, look at the buyers that have stepped in. It's been 3 continuous candles. 6 hours, 6 hours, 6 hours of buyers really stepping in and taking control of Bitcoin and wanting the movement to go up higher. So hopefully this candle does continue to go higher. Only time will tell. I've seen this thing at 2-3 o'clock in the morning because, to be honest with you, I eat, sleep, and drink Bitcoin. I'm always on it. I get very minimal sleep. So we'll see, by 1-2 o'clock in the morning, if there's a lot of buyers coming in from China and driving the price up, or if there's going to be a lot of sellers to bring the price down. But you really got to pay attention to what's going on in China. Because they definitely dominate this market, and they can sway the price to go up or down. Definitely want to take a look at Ether. I'm not going to take a look at Litecoin because, to be honest with you, there's not much of a movement. That's not a trading currency at all, cryptocurrency. It's more of a buy and hold for 6-7 months, maybe a year. I know it might go up 50 cents, it might go up 75 cents. But yeah, not much of a movement with Litecoin. Let's take a look at the 1-day chart on Ether. And of course, we had that big drop back in December. There's a drop when Bitcoin first had the big drop, but after that, really not a big of a drop. It kind of stayed very steady, steady decline. But a lot of consolidation was happening, where it didn't drop as much as Bitcoin. It did not give up those 15 days worth of gains. It really only gave up a day's worth of gains. And that's not bad at all. So Ether is a very, very steady, not very volatile. So I definitely see this as a good investment. Trading wise, you're not going to have those up and down swings where you could actually make money off of it right away. But as an investment, I think Ether is the place to be into. Because really it doesn't fluctuate. It goes up, but if it's going to come down, it does not follow the price of Bitcoin on the drop down. Let's take a look at the 6-hour chart on it. 6-hour chart, had that little dip to 10.07, but a lot of accumulation. It's moving sideways. So it's really playing that, between 10.18 and 10.45 level. So it's just bouncing between 10.18, 10.45, up and down between that line. So there's a lot of consolidation that's going on. And if we do get any type of reversal to the upswing, I can see it really going up higher, really higher than the 1180, 1194 level. So this is definitely something to keep an eye out on if you're looking to invest into something. To get in at 10 and to get out at 1194 or even 12, that's 200. That's a 20% gain, which is very profitable if you're in it with a sizable position. I always tell people, don't put all your eggs into one basket. You want to scale in, see how it does, and if you have to cut your loss, cut your loss. Don't ride the wave down. But just start out with a little bit, see how it does, and if the trend continues to go up, then add a little more. It's I would hate for as a trader to go all in, and then it reverses against me and it goes the wrong way, and I got to cut my losses and get out right away, instead of just being in it a little bit and cutting my loss at just a couple coins instead of a couple hundred coins. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on. But the depth chart doesn't look too bad at all, as you can see here. I mean, it's pretty even, with buyers and sellers. There aren't too many big buyers jumping in, or too many big sellers jumping in. As you can see with the graph, it's about even, right, with the buyers and the sellers. Let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick before I end this, because I don't want this to run too long. Depth chart, really, a lot of sellers, right above the 920. So 920, I can see this thing, really taking a nice little dive. But at 892, it's got a lot of support. So, I don't think they want to see it go below that. Now, if it does break that 800 level, which that's where the support happened to be today, then, from my video yesterday, we can definitely see, I think I said 745 would be the support level. And that's if it breaks the 800, which today it definitely didn't. But yeah, 745 is what I stated yesterday in my video would be the support if it broke that $800 level. And if it breaks the 745, we're really looking at 600, unfortunately. I don't really see it, hopefully not dipping that far. That's a big drop. That's a $300 drop. It could easily do it, but it all depends on China and the news that they put out and how heavily they want to regulate a lot of these Bitcoin exchanges, and how really they want to devalue their currency, or even make it very valuable for their citizens to take money out of Bitcoin, to take money out of investment and put it into the yuan, because really the yuan is increasing against the dollar right now. But that's all that I have for today. If you guys are interested in that $25 iTunes gift card, make sure to watch my previous video, because I do talk about that. And if you find these contents very helpful, please hit that like button, so hit the subscribe button so you don't miss these contents that I'm putting out. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment, and I'd be happy to get back to you. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.